We have Biden's approval numbers from his first 100 days in office from an ABC News Washington Post poll. And of course, the numbers look very good for President Joe Biden. Why wouldn't they? The poll was being conducted by ABC News and the Washington Post. A majority of Americans approve of Joe Biden's first 100 days in office, and the president has been treated to glowing media coverage. But behind the poll numbers might be a different story. This is according to RT. Biden's first 100 days in office have been busy. A slew of executive orders did away with nearly all of Donald Trump's policies as the Democrat president opened up the country's Mexican border. I would say RT should probably phrase this something along the lines like the president destroyed America's southern border. Let's see, he launched a bid for gun control and banned key fossil fuel projects. I would probably word it as saying he is trying to do away with the Second Amendment, and he destroyed America's energy security. The COV medication rollout continues at home, thanks to Operation Warp Speed and Donald Trump. But of course, Biden White House is going to take credit for that. While internationally, Biden has hit Russia with economic sanctions and strained relations with Turkey by recognizing the Armenian genocide. Perhaps the highlight of Biden's presidency, definitely the highlight of Biden's presidency, will be recognizing the Armenian genocide. He has completely screwed up relations with Russia. He has screwed up relations with Russian President Vladimir Putin. He was made a fool of by the Chinese in Alaska. He has groveled to the European Union and NATO, once again ready to give them more money for whatever the hell NATO is even doing. No one even knows at this point anymore what's the use of NATO, but Biden is more than happy to give them more money and keep the grift going. And so, yeah, Biden's foreign policy has been a complete mess. But anyway, we've got these poll numbers. ABC Washington Post poll published on Sunday found that 52% of adults say they approve of what Joe Biden is doing, while 42% disapprove. A near reversal of Trump's ratings after his first 100 days. Biden scored highly, 63%, on his handling of the COV and averaged 52% on his management of the U.S. economy. However, 53% of respondents disapproved of his performance on immigration. Give the economy a little more time. Give that money printing a little more time, and we'll come back to how Americans feel about Biden's handling of the economy. With the public apparently on side, some mainstream media outlets have taken to celebration. AP, for example, cheered on his efforts to, oh boy, are you guys ready? Wrestle the country away from the legacy of agitations of President Donald Trump. And AP praised his unabashedly liberal agenda. Biden's personality was also celebrated too. Quote, the temperature is lower, the drama is less, and the persona is fundamentally different, end quote. That is from the Associated Press. I would actually probably say that the temperature is not lower, the temperature is slower. The drama is less. Yes, the drama is less. The gaffes are more. The drama is less. And he's hiding in the basement. So, yeah. And the persona is fundamentally different. Yeah, I would say the persona is MIA. There is zero gravitas there. Zero. Much different. That's for sure. When you lose leadership and you've got Sleepy Joe as president, well, yeah. The behind the media's praise and the apparently positive poll figures, however, is a different story. Biden's approval rating may be 10 points above Trump's at this time in 2017, but it's the third lowest since Gallup began tracking approvals during the Harry S. Truman administration. Only Trump with 42% approval and Gerald Ford with 48% scored lower. ABC and the Washington Post did note this information and warned that 6 in 10 voters want Biden to compromise and work with Republicans in Congress more. What neither the Post nor ABC mentioned was that the poll oversampled Democrats by 9 points. Some 33% of respondents identified as Democrats, 24% as Republicans, and 35% as independents. So he has a 9. So that 52% is benefits from the fact that the WaPo and ABC oversampled Democrats by 9 points, 9%. So at 100 days, Biden's approval remains strong. Can the honeymoon last? That's according to Meet the Press. And ABC News tweeted, just in, President Biden has won broad approval for his pandemic relief package, 65%, and handling of the pandemic, 64% at 100 days in office, per a new ABC News WaPo, Washington Post poll. Okay, so no surprise here, I don't think. Washington Post, ABC, of course, they're going to give Biden glowing reviews after his first 100 days in office. He benefits from the protection of the mainstream media. He benefits from the protection of big tech. And he benefits from the fact that he's able to hide and not to really do much. He can do virtual climate summits. He can give 5-minute soundbite speeches, scripted. He can do scripted one scripted press conference. And actually, he is slated to do his first trip abroad to NATO headquarters. And he's slated to go to Europe. That's going to be his first trip, and that's going to be coming in June. So I imagine they're going to be spending the next month and a half. I don't know what they're going to be doing to prepare him, to be quite honest. I think they're going to probably prep him the way they did for the debates. So now they've got a month and a half to juice him up, I guess, before he embarks on his first trip abroad. Interestingly enough, I think he's only visited something like 4 states since he's been president. He hasn't visited like 85% of the states in the U.S., hasn't really done anything as far as getting in touch with America and going out to the people. But he is going to go to Europe to suck up to the EU and NATO, to promise them more money and keep the racket going. 10% for the big guy, after all. So, Washington Post, ABC News. Very, very nonpartisan, very straight shooter, down the middle type of news outlets, right, guys? Right. Washington Post never pushed propaganda. ABC News never pushed propaganda. Polls are always correct. Polls always get it right, don't they? The polls called it in 2016. The polls called it in 2020. Yeah, they're always very, very accurate, those polls. 52%, 9% oversample to Democrats. But hey, what do I know? Maybe you do have 52% of America who is just absolutely in love with Sleepy Joe. After all, he did get the most votes in all of history.